Welcome to Spotlight. I'm Liz Waid.
And I'm Adam Navis. Spotlight uses a special English method of broadcasting. It is easier for people to understand, no matter where in the world they live.
Imagine this situation. You know you had it, but you cannot remember where it is. You start to search. You look here. You look there. You look up. You look down. You walk back to where you last remember seeing it. But you cannot find it. You have lost it.
Everyone has experienced losing something and trying to find it. Sometimes we lose things that we use every day, such as keys or a coat. But sometimes we lose something that has a special emotional meaning. Sometimes we find the lost object quickly. Sometimes it takes a very long time. And sometimes we need other people or groups to help us find it. Today's spotlight is on the experience of losing and finding things.
Guillermo del Toro is a famous filmmaker from Mexico. He writes his ideas for future films in a special notebook. He takes this notebook everywhere. One day, he was in London, in the United Kingdom. He was traveling in a taxi. But when he left the car, he made a terrible discovery. He had left his notebook there. The notebook contained 4 years of work. It contained all his ideas for his film Pan's Labyrinth. Del Toro searched, but he could not find the taxi. His notebook was lost.
The taxi driver found the notebook, but he did not know who owned it. He also found a piece of paper with the notebook. The paper had no name or address on it, but it did have a picture of a hotel symbol. 2 days later, the driver found the hotel. He returned the notebook to Del Toro. Del Toro was extremely excited. He was so thankful that he gave the driver $900. Del Toro could now make the film Pan's Labyrinth.
Hundreds of thousands of people travel in London every day. And like Del Toro, many of them lose things. Transport for London is the organization responsible for much of London's transport system. This organization has a lost property office. If someone loses something on a bus, train, taxi, or on the underground, this office can help.
The Lost Property Office is full of hundreds of thousands of lost objects. They include 51,000 books, 35,000 bags, 11,000 sets of keys, and 27,000 mobile telephones. Many of these mobile telephones even still have power. Lost property assistant Bob Sayer told the BBC,
"Sometimes in the morning there are bells going off everywhere. It frightens you."
Every day, the Lost Property Office helps over 300 people find their lost property. The office has provided this service for over 80 years. But today, many people turn to the Internet to help them find their lost property.
In the United Kingdom, Claire Owen runs the Internet service LostBox. 300 lost or found objects are listed on LostBox every week. It has a social media reach of 5 million people. This internet communication has helped LostBox bring together owners and many lost objects, from animals to false teeth. LostBox has even worked across continents.
One such lost box story began in London. A taxi driver found an expensive camera in his taxi. He knew it belonged to a young man and woman from Australia. He had driven them to the airport. They had traveled around the world. They had visited places such as Dubai, New York, and London. And they had taken lots of pictures with the camera. The driver knew they could replace their camera, but they could not replace the special pictures or memories on the camera. The driver wanted to return it to the young people, but he did not know their names, and he did not know how to find them. LostBox helped him. In 6 hours, LostBox had reached 1 million people, and the young people were found.
Owen designed LostBox to find lost objects, but it has found other things, even lost families. A man named John wanted to find his birth mother. He did not have much information, but he knew his birth name. He also knew where and when he was born. Owen told the BBC what happened when the story was put on LostBox.
Within 48 hours of that appeal going live, he was on the telephone to his sister that he did not know he had, and his mother later that day. He met her a week later, and now he messages her every morning and speaks to her every night.
Everyone understands that finding a lost person is an emotional experience. But people also get emotionally attached to objects. University experts have studied this. They say that we consider the things we own part of ourselves. They also say that an object does not need to have great material value to have emotional value.
Tim Butcher is from South Africa. He experienced losing something with great emotional value. Butcher's father wore a gold ring on his little finger for 60 years, and before that, his father had worn it for 40 years. Butcher was given this ring when his father died, and he put it on his little finger. But one day, he noticed the ring was gone. He told the BBC how he felt.
An emotional wave washed over me. Shock, terror, shame, anger, powerlessness. And when it pulled back, all that was left was a guilty feeling.
Butcher had lost it on the beach in the sand. He spent hours searching, but the sand had covered the ring. 8 days later, a man called Alan came to help. Alan used his special metal detector equipment to search for the metal ring. 40 minutes later, Alan found it. The ring was buried under 40 centimeters of sand. Butcher had tears in his eyes. He wanted to pay Alan for his work, but Alan did not want any money. Butcher decided he had found more than his ring. He told the BBC,
I went down to that beach that day to find a ring. But what I found was more valuable still, that there remain some good people out there.
Tell us about your experiences of losing or finding something. You can leave a comment on our website or email us at radio@radioenglish.net. You can also comment on our Facebook page. Just search for Spotlight Radio.
The writer of this program was Katie Blake. The producer was Michio Ozaki. The voices you heard were from the United States and the United Kingdom. All quotes were adapted for this program and voiced by Spotlight. This program is called Lost and Found.
You can also get our programs delivered directly to your Android or Apple device through our free official Spotlight English app. We hope you can join us again for the next Spotlight program. Goodbye.